All right, hockey families, Mustang families. Just made the trip back from Brainerd. This is former coach Rob Weidrich. Waiting for my partner in crime, former coach Andy Wiesner, to make a special appearance. And today's matchup, we've got Rochester taking on Farmington in a District 8 battle here in the cozy confines of Graham 3. Make sure to wear your scarves, mittens, and boots. A little chilly here. We got 2 minutes till we finish wrap up warm-ups and we'll get going. Lots of hockey on this busy Saturday. Look what the cat dragged in. Former coach Andy Wiesner in the house. Yeah, you can do scoreboard. It's the magic 37-37. Hey, Andy, did the boys play on Friday? They did not play on Friday. So this is their only game this weekend? Yep. Boys had a couple practice sessions, so we'll see how they come out today. Started banging on the glass. Yeah. Let's get a close up of Robbie Lack. Ironically, the Bantam Double A's, the VFW team, took on Farmington as well this morning up in Brainerd in the 5 versus 6 game. VFW came out of that tournament with a 3-1 record. Unfortunately, didn't make the top 4 teams because of their goals against. Champlin Park had 7 goals against. Egan had 9, and Rochester had 10 in 3 games. So, unfortunately, a game against a beatable Andover team kind of ruined our goals against. But, miscalculation by the coaches on the tie-breaking rules. It is what it is. But, again, 3-1 record, not bad. Boys played really well for 3 games and took a little siesta for 1 game. Starting in net is Earl Graff. Earl the Squirrel. Starting lineup here will be Tristan Bradley, Nolan Steele, Max Wiesner, Warren Hangy, Lucas Hagen. Face-off won by Farmington. They gain the red line, dump it down behind Earl. Farmington forechecking. Rochester going D to D. Circles it around. Tries to hit that center. Nolan's not quite there. Max skating it up. He's got Tristan Bradley behind him. Farmington intercepts that pass. Comes up the boards. Hits the center. A big center. Jesus, that guy must be a bantam. Farmington coming down the boards. Tries to throw one in front. Doesn't make it. Goes behind the net. Rochester flips it out of the blue. And Tristan Bradley tries to flip it all the way down as they change lines. Farmington coming down one-on-one on Warren Hangy. He gets his body in the way. Nice job. Oh, that's Parker Ashton, number 12. Farmington centers it. Shot. Shoulder saved by Earl Graff. Comes out and challenges that shot there. Slack coming out of the zone. Farmington throws it back in, but it is offsides. And that puck will come back here to the Farmington blue line. Face off just outside the Farmington zone. Kohler Peterson, Slack. And Peter Arndt out there with Caleb Wiedrich and Bo Broadbent. Farmington rings it around. Rochester throwing it back behind the net on the other side. Peter Arndt giving chase. Slack chasing it down. Slack with the puck. Circling. Still circling. Now he's gaining up a couple crossovers. Gets some speed. Gets around the defender but loses the puck. Chasing it down. Goaltender wisely hops on it. Farmington wins that draw. D-man goes behind the net. Farmington gets it up. One-on-one with Warren Hagen. Lucas Hagen goes back for it. Snow Monster gets our winger on the boards. I think that's Will Cross. He gets up. Rochester battling, trying to get it over that blue line. Regroup by Farmington. They go D to D, gain that red line and throw it all the way down. Puck goes behind the net. Lucas Hagen there goes D to D. Nice little play. Warren Hangy skating it up, hits the center. Rochester trying to chip it out. Slack. Max scoots it back up to Ace. Tristan Bradley with that puck at the red line. He goes back to the D to regroup. D to D. Hits the center. Slack using his speed, trying to get around that defender. Slack with the pinwheel. Gets it back to the D. Parker Ashton with the slapper. Blocked by the Farmington player. Tristan Bradley tripped up. He scoots it behind the net. Farmington goes to retrieve it while Rochester changes their lines. Farmington tries to get out of the blue line. Now does and gets it up to their winger. They come in wide. Shot on Earl Graff. Nolan Steele weaving his way across the red line. Comes in 1-on-2. Nolan Steele trying to snag that puck. He gets tripped up. Puck's chipped out of the blue. And Farmington dumps it down behind the Rochester net. Lucas Hagen goes to retrieve it. Does a nice little reverse. Chips it around. Rochester winger picks it up. Tries to hit that far winger. But he's ready to get a change. Slack uses his speed. He's got the puck in the corner now. Centering pass. It's a stick. Pops out to Farmington. They come down 2-on-2. Potential 3-on-2. Easy little shot on Earl Graff. Goes up in the netting. Face off just to the left of Earl Graff. Rochester wins that. Warren Hangy's back there, skates it around the net. It's Caverly on the wing, but he can't control it. Farmington keeps it in. Warren Hangy goes behind the net, collects it. Farmington gets it up to their D. He gets it back to the boards. Easy little shot on net, and Earl redirects that up in the netting. And we got a little their whistle. Face off to the left of Earl Graff. Farmington wins that. Pops out to the D, but not far enough. Rochester trying to chip it around that D. Tristan Bradley 2-on-1. Shot up and over the net. I'm not sure if that was deflected or not. We'll say it was. Max Wiesner, Tristan Bradley. Nolan Steele out there. Caleb Wiedrick on the point, pinches. He holds that blue line, keeps that puck in. Puck gets by Caleb. And Rochester going back to retrieve. Parker Ashton back there. He whirls and twirls around the net, skating it up. Nolan Steele drops it back to Caleb Wiedrick. He tries to just chip it up, get it out of the blue. Farmington comes down. Oh boy, being pestered by Tristan Bradley. Oh boy. That was a cross check. Check from behind. Let's get a close up for Grandma and Grandpa. Tristan Bradley back to the box. Number 14.
To Rochester, number 14, Tristan Bradley, for cross-checking.
Cross-checking to Tristan Bradley. Farmington working that puck up on the blue line. Trying to set it up. They get it down along the boards. Looks like we got Ace Lack, Peter Arndt, Lucas Hagen, and Bo Broadbent out there. Farmington working it back along the boards again. Shot from the side. Saved by Earl Graff. They slide one across the slot, but doesn't connect. Rochester chasing it down into the Farmington zone. Farmington trying to get control, gets it up to that winger. He goes cross ice. Farmington setting it back up high. Gets it back out to the point. They get it to the middle now. Ace Lack using his burst of speed. Goes cross, middle. Backhand, save. And we'll have a penalty on Farmington now. Guessing that's going to be sort of maybe a roughing or a cross check. So we'll have 4-on-4 for about 15 seconds here. Parker Ashton weaving that puck back into the Rochester zone. He does a nice little reverse. Warren Hangy all the way cross ice. Hits Parker Ashton, and we'll have an offsides. Power play for Rochester for the next minute 9. Got Tristan Bradley, Nolan Steele, Max Wiesner, Caleb Wiedrick, and Lucas Hagen out there. Rochester chips it into the Farmington zone. Tristan Bradley giving chase. He throws a few chirps at the Farmington player. Rochester, 3 guys there trying to dig it out. Max Wiesner chasing it down. Farmington goes D to D. Up off the glass. Caleb Wiesner trying to hold the blue line. Does. Back to the middle. Tristan Bradley. Cross ice pass to Max Wiesner. Shot. Shot by Caleb Wiedrich. Side of the net. Tristan Bradley out of the corner. Coming out. Cross ice to the D. Shot. Oh, hit the post and bounces in. That shot from the point hit the post and the back of the goalie and into the net. Just like a game of Plinko. Rochester up 1-0 with 6:27 left in the first. Rochester doing a nice job once they got that zone working it around. Face-off won by Rochester. Back to their D. They chip it up. Farmington coming down, gained that red line, dumping it down in the Rochester zone, back behind Earl Graff. Bo Broadbent using his body to separate himself from the puck. Rochester trying to chip it up to that cutting center. Bo Broadbent back for it now. Chips it to Warren Hangy. He tries to chip it up to the wing. Can't make it happen. Try it again. Now we come out of the zone. We go far side, far winger. Shot wide. Kohler Peterson in the corner. Ace Lack down there with him. Farmington coming down, coming around the net for the stuff play. Earl has that covered. Ace Lack coming down. He goes cross ice. Kohler Peterson looks like he's pulling a train. Rochester D goes back, goes D to D to collect that puck. They go up to the wing, trying to chip it out, and we get it out. That puck comes down along the boards here. Farmington chips it back up to their winger. They hit the center. That goes through his stick. And Caleb Wiedrich going back to collect it. Goes around the net. Does a little stop. Chips it up to our wing, but he's not there. Rochester battling along the boards to get that over the blue. It's out of the blue, but Farmington chips it back in our zone. Misplayed. Centering pass. Misses the Farmington player cutting to the net. Goes to the opposite corner. Rochester battling there. Caleb Wiedrich powering through that hook. He gets it up to the wing. Winger has a hole in his stick. It goes through. Farmington cuts to the middle. Earl redirects that to the corner. Will Cross battling along the boards. Chasing that puck down out to the point. And they chip it down low again. Farmington coming to the middle. Now working along the far boards. They get it to the point. Will Cross is there. Rochester passes it out to the Farmington D, and he just dumps it back in again. Ace Lack passes it out to the Farmington D. And Rochester gets it up and off the glass and down. Might be on net. It's on net, so it won't be icing. Goalie plays it, throws it all the way down, and that'll be icing. Not sure I've seen a goalie ice the puck before, but nonetheless, now we know we can play it. 3:30 left in the first period. Shots are 6-4 in favor of Farmington. Ace Lack, Tristan Bradley, Max Wiesner, Warren Hangy, Bo Broadbent out there. Rochester wins that draw. Warren Hangy comes in, pinches. Ace Lack down low. Pinwheel, here we go. He comes around the middle, drops it for Warren. He goes D to D. Shot by Bo Broadbent. Rochester battling, find that rebound. Find that rebound, boys. Bounces out to the D. Warren Hangy chips it in. Warren holding that blue line. And Farmington's able to get it out. Bo Broadbent regroups, gets that red line, dumps it back in. Farmington chasing. Back behind the net. Ace Lack getting in pursuit. Farmington comes out. He gets around Warren Hangy. Farmington coming down. Shot saved by Earl Graff. Puck bounces to the boards. Ace Lack chasing that puck down. Puck still here at the red line. Rochester changing a few players. Bo Broadbent chips it up to Peter Arndt. And we're onside. Peter comes to the middle. He loses it in a sea of players. Nice shot, Peter Arndt. That puck squirted out to him. Puck now along the sideboards here, near side. Puck squirts out. Parker Ashton chases it down in the Rochester zone. He comes across the middle, hits his winger, hits Ace Lack now, or that's Nolan Steele, sorry. Nolan Steele chasing it down. Farmington coaches want a penalty. Parker Ashton throws a puck on net. Lucas Hagen pinches but misses. Farmington gets it up. Got a 2-on-1. 2-on-2. Earl easily gloves that and we get a whistle. Face off to the left of Earl Graff. Farmington wins that up to the point. Back to the sideboards. Puts a shot on net, but no Farmington player there to get the rebound. Rochester gets that puck back out to center ice. Moving it up quickly. Puck bounces back to the Rochester D. Bo Broadbent chips it up to Ace Lack. He tries to go toe drag that puck. He chips it. Crisscross with the D. Bo Broadbent dumps it down in the corner. Max Wiesner. Puck behind the net. 50 seconds left. Caleb Weidger comes to the middle. Drops it. Nice little move. Comes to the middle. Ooh, that hit a leg. That's going to leave a mark. Tristan Bradley giving chase. 30 seconds left here in the period. Trying to hit a player far side. Caleb Weir chasing him down. They chip it to the middle. Oh, and that puck goes up and over the net. Caught us with an odd man here. Caleb just chips it out of the zone. Farmington regrouping here at center ice. Nolan Steele chipping it up to his wing, Max. Trying to make a long ice pass. Nolan Steele coming down 1-on-2. Tries to fire a shot on net, but that's blocked by Farmington. And that'll be the end of the first. Coach, what'd you think of the first period?
I don't know.
No words of wisdom from former coach Andy Wiesner. Not yet. A lot of back and forth play. I think both teams are trying to hit that long stretch pass. Farmington by our shot trackers leading in shots 11-8. Rochester had the lone power play. Want to give a shout out to our team sponsor, Paramark Real Estate Management, former coach Andy Wiesner, heading up Paramark. Face off here at center ice. Got a little battle over there with Kohler Peterson. He wants to gain as much territory on that red line as he can. Lucas Hagen. Warren Hangy carrying it up, gets that red line and dumps it down. Puck behind the Farmington net. Rochester giving chase. Farmington works it up. Gets it out of that blue to the far side. Coming down 1-on-2. Farmington player crosses the blue and shoots. That shot is wide, though. Battle along the near side boards. Rochester comes out with it. Hits Kohler Peterson on the far side. Kohler crossing the blue line. Dumps it in. Rochester gets a change. Farmington collects that puck behind their net. Skates it up. Hits that far winger. And they get across the red and dump in Rochester and get a change themselves. Rochester chips it up the near boards. They dump it back in the Rochester zone. Parker Ashton cuts in front of the net, then circles back behind. He waits, circles back again. And then he reverses it. Nice little play. Get moving up. And we'll have a penalty. Ace Lack will go to the box. Let's get a picture of him for Grandma and Grandpa. Boom. 2 minutes. Yeah. Farmington on the power play.
Number 23, Rochester's Ace Lack for cross-checking.
Cross-checking is the call. Farmington gets that puck up the blue line. They throw it down the sidewall. Back on the sidewall, up to the D. He skates across the blue. Back to the other D. Rochester doing a nice job pestering him. Nolan Steele there, just a little water bug. Back up to the point. Farmington crisscrossing at the blue. Rochester playing with sticks and lanes. Farmington working it on the sideboards. Crossing. Now pinwheeling around. Comes back up to the point. He skates across the blue. All the way around. Now he dilly-dallies in the corner. Back up to the point. Rochester gets it and just throws it back up to the point. Not the smartest play. Shot on net. Earl puts that in the boards. And Rochester chips it out of the blue. Farmington goes back to collect it. Rochester gets some new bodies on the ice. Nolan Steele trying to get that red line. He does, and he chips it all the way down. Farmington has to regroup. Tristan Bradley giving chase. He's the first one to the puck. He gets it up to the point. Caleb Wiedrich getting his body in the way. Farmington coming down, tries to center it, but it's in the skates of the cutting Farmington player. Holy smokes, there was a slash and a... Farmington behind the net. Centers it. Earl does a nice job redirecting that to the corner. Slap shot from the point, doesn't go anywhere. Rochester chips it out. Ace Lack bursts of speed. And they throw it down for an icing. Rochester killed that penalty off. Face-off will be in the Rochester zone. The Farmington zone. Face-off to the right of the Farmington goaltender. Ace Lack taking this face-off. Kohler Peterson will cross. Puck comes out to Warren Hangy. That gets tipped and goes in the netting. Face-off back to the right of the Farmington goaltender. 10:30 left in the second period. Face-off won by Farmington. They throw it around. Chip it up to the D. Warren Hangy's there. He tries to chip it deep. Can't get it deep. Farmington comes out 2-on-2. They try to come to the middle. Rochester does a nice job clogging that middle lane. Farmington now in the corner. Farmington tries to chip it back behind the net. Hudson Caverly collects it. Goes back behind the net. He makes a breakout pass to the winger. Ace Lack trying to hit that cutting center. Can't find him. Parker Ashton coming down. 3-on-2. He loses at the blue line. We'll have an offsides. Nolan Steele taking his face off just outside the Farmington zone. Farmington wins it. They go cross ice to their winger. He gains the zone. Comes down the side. Tries to cut to the middle. Bo Broadbent does a nice job using his body. He comes out of the corner, gets it up to the wing. Up to the center. Nolan Steele tries to grab it. Lots of feet to get that puck through, though. Caleb Weidrich holding that blue line, but it's offsides. He had stepped out as that puck came to his midsection, spun around, and we still had players in the zone. Face off just outside the Farmington zone. Ace Lack giving chase. They go D-to-D. Chip it up to the wing. Farmington gains the red line. Now comes in the Rochester zone. He tries to get a shot that's blocked by Bo Broadbent. Caleb Weidrich collects it behind the net. Makes a long pass to that winger. Tristan Bradley giving battle. Ace Lack chasing it down. He comes around behind the net. Gets dumped. Max Wiesner along the boards. Chips it down to Ace Lack in the corner. Ace Lack and Max trying to work it back and forth. Tristan Bradley just can't get to that puck. Farmington throws it all the way down to the Rochester zone. Lucas Hagen collects it up. Tries to hit the far wing. Puck bounces off. Now it goes in the Farmington zone. Ace Lack chasing it down. Farmington does a nice little reverse. D-man hits the wing. He chips it up along the boards. Ace Lack tries to hold it in, but it doesn't get it deep enough. Farmington comes out 2-on-2. Farmington comes down on Parker Ashton. He does a nice job with his body. Holy slash and hook. Yep, got him. Got him. I'm gonna say that guy's he's gonna go to the box for a few more this game. I just got this funny feeling. Rochester will go on the power play with 8:04 left in the second period. Face-off will be to the right of the Farmington goalie. Lucas Hagen, Caleb Weidrich on the point. Nolan Steele, Kohler Peterson, and Peter Arndt are out there. Rochester is able to hold that blue line for now. Trying to chip it down low, work it down low. Nolan Steele comes off the boards. He dipsy doodles to the middle, loses the puck. Farmington comes out. And they chip it up and over Rochester. All the way down, and it is icing. Face-off will be to the left of the Farmington goalie. Farmington wins that draw. Is trying to chip it out of the blue. Looks like they do. We regroup along center ice. Peter Arndt skating right into the Farmington player. Puck gets tipped off Caleb Weidrich's skate. Farmington skating it in, and that's offsides. Going to have a little talk to Peter Arndt. We got to take that puck in and set it up. We're on the power play. No reason to cut it to the middle. Farmington changing their goalie. Rochester gets it back, wins that draw, goes to Max Wiesner on the wing. He gains the red line, chips it all the way down. Ace Lack giving chase behind the net. Tristan Bradley collects that puck, gets it out to the point. They go D to D. Bo Broadbent fires it. Nice shot. We just weren't there for the rebound. Tristan Bradley back out to the D. Warren Hangy. He takes his sweet time, reverses it to Tristan Bradley. Slapper. Great shot there. Nice save by the Farmington goalie. Rochester working along the boards. Gets it to Bo Broadbent on the D. He goes back to the boards. Ace Lack. Shot goes wide. Warren Hangy loses that puck along the boards, and it's chipped over the glass for a stoppage of play. Five seconds left in the Farmington penalty. Hopefully the Rochester D are aware of that and are looking behind them. Face off to the right of the Farmington goaltender, tied it up, out to the point. Caleb Wiedrich fires a shot, saved by the goaltender. They chip it back out. Caleb fires a little stinger. Rebound! Oh, we can't get control of it. Nice little play. Caleb Wiedrich pinches, misses. 2-on-1 now. Rochester's trying to forecheck, back check. Shot and a goal.
Goal scored by Farmington, number 64, Aiden Matson, assisted by number 91, Jackson May.
Face off. Farmington wins that. Rochester comes down, gets the red line, gets it into the Farmington zone. Farmington chips it up. They come down again. Shot high over Earl Graff's shoulder. Puck squirts out to the neutral zone. Farmington regroups, gets it up to the wing, and they shove it in. Lucas Hagen going back to retrieve that along the boards there. He hits it up to the wing, up to the center. Can't hang on to that. Farmington coming down. Rebound. Rochester clears it. Bo Broadbent makes a nice little spin move. Parker Ashton flips it out over the blue. Ace Lack getting chased, using his speed. Comes down along the boards, tries to toe drag. He gets knocked over. Rochester trying to hold that puck in. Max Wiesner along the boards. And they do finally chip it out, so Rochester's going to regroup here at center. They go D to D. Caleb Wiedrich works it up to the wing, and it was just too far off the stick, and will come all the way down. 5 minutes left here in the second period, 1-1. Shots are fairly even. Caleb Wiedrich giving battle. Behind the net, comes away with it. Two guys draped all over him. Farmington chips it out. Caleb works at D to D. Warren Hangy comes down, 1-on-2. Shot, goal! Using that defenseman as a screen. He catches that goalie off guard. Nice little play there. Warren Hangy, very smart player. Crafty with his feet. Not the hardest shot. Not the hardest shot. Doesn't need to be either. Right? Just put it on net. Use those guys as a screen. It should be Warren Hangy from Caleb Wiedrich.
For Rochester, number 7, Warren Hangy, unassisted.
We'll give Caleb Wiedrich the assist. His dad texted me. He's pissed. Puck in the Rochester zone. Chipped around. Up here at the blue line, Farmington throws it back into the corner. Bo Broadbent rings it around. And we chip it out. Ace Lack giving chase. He comes around, tries to center it, but we had a diving Farmington player who stopped that puck from going anywhere. Ace Lack working behind the net. He comes around, Dipsy Doodles, tries to put it top shelf, but it goes up and over the net. Bo Broadbent keeps it down low. Puck battle along the boards. Rochester gains control, tries to center it. Ace Lack with it, wrap around. Ooh, just sits there on the goal line. Chips it back to the D. D to D, Bo. Shot, block. Parker Ashton with the softest slap shot I've ever seen. And Farmington comes down, now we got offsides. Parker bangs his stick. I think his eyes got real big on that slapper.
It must have been the stick.
It must have been the stick. Yep. Hey, he's not the only one. I saw a couple Bantam VFW players do the same thing this weekend.
At least he's not changing his sticker.
As those kids get stronger with their arms and their upper body, they'll be hammering those pucks home. Farmington comes across that blue line, throws it in. Lucas Hagen giving chase. And we'll have a penalty here. Farmington for a body check. Chris Ernest with the call. 62 not happy about that. He'll go to the box. Rochester will set up on the power play. Here I thought Max Wiesner was the only one with black toques, but you notice our ref has black toques as well. Rochester setting up for the power play. Tristan Bradley gets it up to the D. Back along the wall of the wing. Lucas Hagen back D to D. Caleb Wiedrich working it on the blue line. He goes far side. Just a freaking rainbow of a pass. Rochester working it down low in the corner. Power turn. Nolan Steele back out to the point. Shot. Nice blocker save. Caleb Wiedrich holding that puck in. Shot. Goes back behind the net. Lucas Hagen on the blue. He works it down the boards. Nolan Steele gets to the side of the net. Cross ice. Can't get it over. There's a kerfuffle in front of the net. Max getting bodied in the corner. And Farmington gets it out to the far wing, and he doesn't get their red, so this will be an icing. 39 seconds left in the power play. Rochester doing a nice job trying to create some opportunities, but that penalty kill of Farmington laying their bodies on the line to stop those cross-ice passes. Ace Lack, Kohler Peterson, Peter Arndt, Lucas Hagen. Farmington gets that draw, comes up out of the blue, out of the zone, gains the red. He comes down, shot blocked by Lucas Hagen. Caleb Wiedrich goes behind the net. He reverses it. He's getting lots of pressure. He gets it up to the wing. Kohler Peterson up to Ace Lack. He can't get it past the Farmington player. Farmington comes down. Shot on Earl Graff. Lucas Hagen collects it up, sets it up now. Bad passing. I know, exactly. Rochester's not sending those wings outside the zone, which is keeping those D on the blue line. Shot for Farmington goes wide. Peter Arndt coming down. Again, cuts in the middle before the blue line. Get across the blue line, boys. Gain that zone first. Gain that zone first. Face off outside the Farmington zone. Rochester wins it. Bo Broadbent throws it down in the Farmington zone behind the goaltender. Farmington rings it around. Penalties over. 5-on-5 play now. Farmington's coming down 2-on-1. Shot, save. Earl doesn't give it a chance to get a rebound. He just gobbles it right up. .50 seconds here. 50 seconds in the period. Face off to the right of Earl Graff. Farmington wins that draw. Back to the point. Tip. Save Earl Graff. Will Cross comes back for it. Tries to flip it out. Can't. Rochester goes D to D on the near side boards. Nice little play by Hudson Caverly. Gets it out of the zone. Farmington tries to carry it in. That was offsides. Farmington trying to center it. Attempt is blocked. And Nolan Steele flips it up and over the glass. .20 seconds left. Face off to the right of Earl Graff here. Rochester leading 2-1. Rochester wins that draw. Parker Ashton goes back, reverses it. Max Wieser in the corner. He chips it up along the boards. A Slack coming down. We got a 2-on-1 potentially. Farmington back checking. Coming down. Oh, and he goes 5-hole. Yep. Ace's eyes got real big when he saw that goalie out of position and decided, hey, I'm just going to tuck this in 5-hole myself. Hey, having that F2 break into the net, right? Goalie's got to think about, well, is he going to pass or is he going to shoot? Nice little play there. Rochester up 3-1, 3 seconds left in the period. Ace Lack from Max. Nice little period from Rochester there. Teams will go back to their benches and talk about what to change and do differently here. I think Rochester did a nice job clogging lanes, sticks in lanes, limiting those chances that Farmington has in the slot. Face off at center ice here for the last period of play. Puck goes down on Earl Graff. They go D to D. Hit the center. Ace Lack skating it up. Trying to go wide. He tries to cut to the middle. Not sure why. Farmington gains the red line, dumps it all the way down. Lucas Hagen going back for it. He hits the winger. Peter Arndt hits the center. Ace Lack lost that puck at the blue line, but we got an offsides. Puck came out, and we still had Farmington players in the zone. Face off just outside the Rochester zone. Won by Farmington. He takes it and slaps it down into the Rochester end. Caleb Weidrich battling in the corner. Farmington collects it up, goes behind the net. He chips it out to his D. Fires a shot from the point, goes wide. Rochester tries to cut to the middle. He falls down. Puck slides all the way down the length of the ice, and we'll have an icing. Face-off will be to the right of Earl Graff. Face-off won by Rochester. Caleb Weidrich chips it around. Bo Broadbent giving chase. Max Wiesner along the boards as well. Bo plays the body. Caleb chasing behind the net. Farmington trying to get control of that puck. They slip it out to their point. Now back low down in the corner. Tries to hit a guy in the slot. Rochester's there to block it. Another block. And that puck slips outside the zone. Farmington collects it back up, comes in the zone, comes down the side. Shot's blocked. They center it. Nobody there. Tristan Bradley has a little break. Him and Max Wiesner coming down 2-on-3. Trying to cut to the net. They throw it out to the point. Lucas Hagen waits forever to shoot. And a goalie just gobbles that up. Looks like Farmington's changed their goalie again. Lots of Rochester hockey this weekend. Just some scores. I'm getting that via the text line. PeeWee 1-2-0 over Sartell this morning. And Squirt A Red won 7-2 over Northfield last night. So lots of wins from the Mustangs here this weekend. Good to see. Rochester collects that faceoff, dumps it all the way down. No icing. Farmington goes back behind the net. Chips up along the glass. Bradley trying to hold that blue. Puck squirts out. Slap shot. Way over the net. Just a bit outside. Peter Arndt. The old clapper. Farmington coming down, gains the Rochester zone, puts it down behind the net. Kohler Peterson back there, chips it back for the D. Warren Hangy circles back. Farmington gains control. Player in the corner, throws it out to the point. He shoots. Earl easily redirects that to the corner. Rochester comes out of the zone, comes down. Again, we cut across the blue line before getting the zone, boys. If you're watching out there, boys, don't cut across the middle if there's two defensemen right there. Take it wide, beat him wide. Face off just outside the Farmington zone. Rochester collects it, dumps it all the way down. They do a little reverse. Chip it up along the boards. Caleb Weidrich trying to hold the blue line. And the puck squirts out. Rochester recollects it. Caleb Weidrich. Got it in. Trying to hold it. Comes out. We go D to D to regroup. Bo Broadbent can't hang on to it. Goes all the way down the Rochester zone. He's got to get there. He gets absolutely smothered by a bigger Farmington kid. Farmington throws it back in, and they get a change. Rochester's getting a change at the same time. Caleb Weidrich, centering pass. Tristan Bradley coming down, hits that far winger. Max coming down. Oh, usually that's money from there. Usually he goes top shelf. Tristan Bradley bounces it out to the point. Caleb Weidrich throws it in, intercepted by Farmington. Nice little forecheck, 2-on-1 here. Max. Oh! That time he got it up, but it was just over the goaltender. Farmington breaks it out far side. Comes down one on 4. He shoots. Earl grabs it and gets a whistle. We still got lots more hockey today. The 10UA girls team plays Farmington. Is that in Graham 3? Graham 2. Graham 2 at 6 o'clock. So that'll be right after this game here. Come on down. Farmington wins that draw. They go D to D. Shot is blocked. Way to sacrifice. Way to get in front of that stick. Rochester collects it up, skates it across the red. They try to chip it in. Can't. They got to regroup. Ace Lack goes D to D. Peter Arndt chips it in. Ace Lack collecting it up behind the net. Little pinwheel action again. Here we go. Nice deception. He throws it back to Warren Hang. He goes down low. Try a centering pass. Ace Lack behind the net. He chips it out to the point. Parker Ashton. Shot. Ooh, dangerous. That was tipped by a Farmington player. Goalie made a nice little save. Rochester throws it back around the other side. Parker Ashton battling. Peter Arndt battling. Can't hold it into the blue. Farmington comes out 1-on-3. He drops it. Shot. Would have gone wide, but Earl makes a nice little play and redirects it up, and then he get a whistle. Congrats to our PeeWee A with a win over Sartell this morning. And last night, our Squirt A, 7-2 win over Northfield. Nice job, boys. Sartell wins that draw, gets it up to the point. Rochester chasing. They chip along the boards again. Caleb Weidrich skating it up. He tries to go around the player. Oh, just missed it. Didn't get it far enough behind him. Farmington trying to move it up. Shot, Earl Grass save. Bo Broadbent collects that rebound. Dipsy doodles around the Farmington player. Trying to chip it out. And now it spurts outside the blue line. Farmington player collects it and throws it back in. Caleb Weidrich collects it, rings it around to the winger. Jumps over Caverly's stick. Farmington clears the zone and then dumps it back down. Bo Broadbent collects it up, chips it out. Nolan Steele dumps it all the way down. Rochester changing their lines. Tristan Bradley giving chase. Farmington goes D to D, then up to the wing. Farmington gains that red line, then dumps it all the way down. Lucas Hagen giving chase. He uses his body to get in the way of that Farmington player. Ace Lack. Up to Max. Back to Ace. 2-on-2 here. Ace goes. Oh my goodness. How is that not a tripping?
Why are you not going to call that?
Holy moly. Oh, wow. Parker Ashton collects it. Goes far side. Rochester giving chase. Hits the centerman coming down the middle. Farmington trying to cross over. Parker Ashton following behind the net. Farmington collected it. 6:50 left in the game. Rochester comes out of the corner with it. Nolan Steele carrying it down. 3-on-2. He moves it to the wing. Peter Arndt tries to dipsy doodle. Warren Hangy trying to play the body. Puck squirts far side. And Rochester, that puck's tipped. That can't be icing. It went off the Farmington player's stick. Oh boy. Ryan Yetzer, if you're watching, there's video evidence. Face-off will be the right of Earl Graff. Nolan Steele on the face-off. He wins that, chips that back to his D. Bo Broadbent gets just manhandled back there. Little chop suey to the back. Ace Lack gets dumped. Earl Graff, great save, bounces that to the corner. Rochester chips it up. Ace, oh my goodness! Oh, folks, you are seeing a gem of a game called here today. Holy moly. finally do call a penalty. Wow, I think their whistles are froze. Well, we got a tripping on Farmington here. Rochester going the power play with 5:59 left. Up 3-1.
Farmington number 46, Wesley Matson for tripping.
Caleb Weidrich, Lucas Hagen on D. Max, Nolan, and Tristan on forward. Rochester trying to hold that zone. Caleb does hold that blue line. Oh, boy. And now we got an elbow. Max Wiesner. Let's get a close-up for Grandma and Grandpa. There we go. Max, welcome to the sin bin.
Penalties
All right, 4-on-4.
Rochester number 11, Maxon Wiesner for Evelyn.
4-on-4. Now the whistle's out. Yep. All right. Caleb reverses. Hits that wing. Lots of time and space out there right now. Boys, spread it out. Spread it out. Nice little play. Caleb Weidrich carrying it up. Nice pass from Nolan Steele. Oh, little dipsy doozle. Not enough dipsy. Farmington breaks it out 2-on-1. Back checker Tristan Bradley. They try to go cross ice. Nice play. Slap shot. And a Farmington player just completely runs over Earl. No call. Caleb Weidrich tries to go cross ice. He hits Nolan Steele. Nolan dumps it in. Bouncer! Oh my goodness! That almost went in. Farmington moves it up quickly. Parker Ashton creates a turnover. Ace Lack with speed. 1-on-2. See if he can draw a penalty. Pinwheel. Whoop, whoop. Oh, turnover. And Farmington comes back. Ace Lack forechecking along the far boards. They just dump it down behind Earl Graff. Penalties expire here in about 15 seconds. Farmington won't have much of a power play, about 5 seconds maybe. Bo Broadbent in the corner.
Farmington full strength.
Puck squirts out along the board. Shot. Goes wide.
Rochester full strength.
Puck circles around to the Farmington D. He misses. They dump it down in the corner. Farmington going to work. Teams are full strength now. Teams battling for that puck behind the net. Trying to chip it up to a racing Ace Lack, but he misses. Bo Broadbent collects it up. He comes up. Battle along the far boards. I'm sure Rochester's just happy to waste some time here. Ace Lack battling. He comes out of that pile with it. 2-on-2. Kohler Peterson. Ace Lack trying to toe drag. I think he was waiting for the paint to dry. Oh boy, Farmington coming down. 3-on-2. Shot. Oh, Earl does a nice job swallowing that up. Not creating a rebound. .332 left in the third period. Lots of back and forth play here. Farmington wins that draw, goes D to D. Shot. Earl sees it the whole way and just gloves it. Face off to the left of Earl Graff here. 3:20 left in the period. Rochester up 3-1. Farmington chips it back to the blue line. They keep it in. They dump it down. Now down behind the net. They're working it low. Back out to their point. Shot. Wide. Goes far side. Max giving chase. Rochester tying up that D-man behind the net. They hit the winger, Bradley. Rochester doing a nice job putting pressure on, and they're trying to pull their goalie. They're not sure. Oh, Rochester intercepts Nolan Steele. 2-on-2. Tristan Bradley toe drags. Onside. Rochester happy to keep this puck deep now. Bradley flips it. Farmington gains control. And skating it out of their zone all the way down across the red. And we got an offsides again. Again, he's got to gain that zone, right? Get across that blue line, then cut across. Right? Your forwards are expecting you to make that zone so they can bum rush the net. Face-off will be outside the zone. 2:23 left in the third. Battle along the blue line to gain possession. Farmington just dumps it down, and they've pulled their goalie 6-on-5. Parker Ashton just holding it up against the boards. Rochester just trying to stop it from coming to the middle. Ace Lack chips up to Hudson Caverly, but he can't control it. They center it. Nobody else in front of the net. Not sure where Caleb Weidrich was. Puck along the blue line. Farmington gets it back down deep. Parker Ashton giving chase. He chips it up and out of the zone. Puck will gain the Farmington zone. Ace Lack giving chase. He gains possession, holding it up against those boards, trying to just pull it out. Caverly chasing it down. Bo Broadbent holding that blue line. Now Farmington chips it out. Puck comes back to Caleb Weidrich. He hits the guy in the middle. Oh, tripped up. Ace Lack. Farmington gains the blue line. They come down. Centering pass. Rebound. Up and over the net. A minute left in the game here. Farmington coming to the middle. Slides it across the blue. Come on, it's not a penalty kill, boys. Happy to let them pass it around the outside, but we got to pressure them. Puck comes out of the zone. Farmington gets it across the red. And into the Rochester zone. They dump it down in the corner. Caleb Weidrich giving chase. Nolan Steele in the corner comes out of that battle. He chips it up along the boards. Farmington comes down. Ooh, nice shoulder save by Earl Graff. Face off to the right of Earl Graff with 31 seconds left here. Rochester up 3-1. Face off won by Farmington. They come out to the point. Shot. Blocker save by Earl Graff. He puts it in the corner. Nolan Steele's able to get across the blue line. Tristan Bradley tips it down all the way to the Farmington end. They circle around their net. They're trying to get that puck up quickly. Intercepted by Max. He gets dumped, and we'll have a Farmington penalty with a trip. Farmington goalie's going to come back in. And we'll have 5-on-4 with 4.1 seconds left. Face off, Nolan Steele. Tristan Bradley just holds it against the boards, and that's game. Nice win by Rochester. Gets a good Farmington team. Just a reminder, 10UA girls are playing in Rink 2 at 6 o'clock. Congrats to the Rochester team here. I'll give my star of the game to Earl Graff. He made some really spectacular saves. He redirected that puck into the netting when he needed to get a whistle. Played his angles really well. And I think he certainly made the saves he needed to make. and kept Rochester in this game, especially after being outshot. So congrats to Earl, Rochester coaches. Nice little win, and resume play here. I'm not sure when the next game is. Maybe this coming weekend. So we're signing off from now to Mustang Nation.